Luxury cars have always been about power, money, and status. But every once in a while, a car appears that completely changes what those words really mean. The Maybach Monarch is not just another premium sedan covered in chrome and badges. It is something far more daring. This car feels like it was created not only for today, but for a future where technology and luxury melt into one seamless experience. And already, it is shaking the automotive world. Why? Because it forces us to face an uncomfortable question. Have we reached the moment where cars are no longer about driving, but about proving you live in a different universe altogether? Maybach was never meant to be ordinary. From its earliest days, the name stood for extreme elegance and bold excess. These were cars built in small numbers for people who owned estates, not just houses with garages. But the Monarch pushes that reputation into almost unbelievable territory. Its design is unlike anything else on the road. It feels futuristic, yet it is still deeply rooted in strong Mercedes DNA. From the massive vertical grille to the razor-sharp LED lights wrapped in detailed geometric patterns, this car announces itself long before the engine even whispers to life. And then you step inside. That is when you realize this machine was not designed by engineers alone. It feels like visionaries were involved, people who probably spend as much time talking to private jet designers and yacht builders as they do to automotive experts. The Monarch was not created just to be bigger or more comfortable than the last Maybach. Reports suggest the design team was given a bold mission: create something symbolic. A rolling flagship. A statement of the brand's future. Not just a luxury sedan, but a legend in motion. Before we go deeper, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us, because what you're about to discover about this car will completely change the way you see luxury forever. That powerful philosophy explains why almost every part of this car feels larger than life. The enormous wheels look like they belong on a concept vehicle from a sci-fi movie. Yet here they are, ready for production. The glowing accents across the body remind you more of high-end technology gadgets than traditional automobiles. Every surface carries a mix of German precision and dramatic flair, as if the designers refused to let even a single inch feel ordinary. Some insiders are calling the Monarch the car Mercedes built with absolutely no limits. That might sound dramatic, but there is real truth in that statement. Everything about it avoids compromise. The four-door coupe shape feels elegant yet slightly intimidating. Its size alone makes even a standard S-Class look modest. This is luxury turned up to the highest possible level. Now here is where things become even more exciting. Despite its otherworldly appearance, the Monarch is not being described as a concept. It is being positioned as a real production-ready model. Something wealthy clients may actually order in the coming years. That changes everything. The stakes suddenly become very real. So why now? Why would Mercedes invest so heavily in a model that sits even above the already elite Maybach S-Class? Some believe it is about competition. Rolls-Royce and Bentley have been pushing customization and bold design further than ever. Maybach may feel the need to prove it can match them or even outrun them. Others think the reason goes deeper. It may be about building a future-focused identity, turning Maybach into more than a car brand, but into a symbol of tomorrow's lifestyle. Either way, the Monarch feels like the opening move in a much bigger game. And it is not just the design or strategy that has people talking. It is the mystery of what lies beneath the surface. There are whispers about electrification. Not just a simple hybrid setup, but possibly a fully electric version powerful enough to challenge every luxury EV on the planet. If that becomes reality, the Monarch will not just redefine Maybach. It could redefine the entire idea of luxury cars. But as bold as all that sounds, we are only scratching the surface. Because while the exterior grabs headlines, the true drama begins inside. Before we open those doors, it is important to understand why Maybach went to such extremes. To see that clearly, we must look at history. The past shapes this car more than most people realize. The first thing anyone notices about the Monarch is its presence. Not just its size, but the way it controls the space around it. You do not casually glance at this car. You stop and stare. That reaction is intentional. Maybach did not want a sedan that blends quietly into a driveway. They wanted something that makes even a Rolls-Royce Phantom feel slightly nervous. And judging by the sculpted shape of the Monarch, they have achieved exactly that. The proportions are bold and fearless. Long flowing lines stretch across the body like modern art. Mercedes could have played it safe. They could have built another stretched sedan with extra chrome. Instead, they took risks. The roofline flows like a Grand Touring coupe, low and sleek, yet still fully practical with 4 doors. The wide stance makes it look ready to move at any moment, even when parked. And then there is the grille. Tall, vertical, commanding. It feels like the crown jewel of the entire design. The hood ornament floats proudly above it, like a final signature of authority. Lighting is one of the secret weapons of modern design, and the Monarch uses it brilliantly. At the rear, quad-block LED signatures create a futuristic geometric pattern. At the front, slim blade-like headlights cut sharply into the body. Subtle turquoise and electric blue accents trace the contours, giving the car an almost glowing aura at night. It does not just light the road. It creates a presence. Move to the side and the wheels steal attention. These are not simple alloys. They are turbine-inspired masterpieces that look like moving art. Their detailed spokes reflect light beautifully, wrapped in high-performance rubber. Early reports suggest the blue outlines are not only decorative but adaptive lighting elements that pulse when the car locks or unlocks. That small detail makes the Monarch feel alive. Even the doors feel dramatic. Hidden handles stay flush with the body, preserving a smooth surface. As you approach, sensors activate and the handles present themselves gracefully. It feels like the car recognizes you. When it comes to ultra-luxury, price is never just a number. It is a statement. And the Monarch's pricing discussion moves from impressive to shocking very quickly. Early speculation places the starting point between $500,000 and $750,000. That already pushes it into Rolls-Royce Phantom territory. But that is only the beginning. With custom options, bespoke finishes, and personal detailing, most examples could easily exceed $1 million. At this level, exclusivity is expected. Every car tells a story, but only a few become legends. The Maybach Monarch feels like one of those rare machines. It is not just transportation. It is not even just a display of wealth. It is designed to define an era. This is not simply the next Maybach. It is the start of a new chapter. For years, Maybach lived slightly in the shadow of Rolls-Royce and Bentley. The S-Class Maybach was successful, but it still felt closely tied to Mercedes. The Monarch breaks that link boldly. It stands on its own. It looks at rivals and says, "We do not follow trends. We create them." From hints coming out of Stuttgart, the Monarch may not be a one-time project. It could become a full series, a new flagship line for the brand. Think of it as the foundation of a dynasty. If it launches in 2026 as expected, it may mark the birth of a new era for Maybach. What makes the Monarch so fascinating is its balance. It respects tradition with handcrafted materials and polished surfaces. At the same time, it looks far into the future with AI-enhanced displays and possible electric powertrains. It tries to connect two worlds, old royal elegance and new tech billionaires. But with such bold ambition comes pressure. A car promising this much cannot afford mistakes. Buyers paying over $1 million will demand perfection in every stitch and every surface. Competitors will watch closely, ready to criticize any weakness. If the Monarch succeeds, it could shift the balance of luxury for years. More importantly, it forces us to rethink what luxury means today. Is it about horsepower and wood trim? Or is it about experience, exclusivity, and invisible technology working perfectly in the background? When the first Monarch models glide silently or roar confidently into private estates in early 2026, they will not just introduce a new car. They will introduce a legacy. The Monarch has the potential to become a symbol that future Maybach models will be judged against. Love it or doubt it, one truth is clear. The Monarch will not be forgotten. When a car becomes more than a machine, when it becomes an event, it enters a rare league where time itself struggles to erase its name. That is the legacy the Maybach Monarch is chasing. The only question left is, will it truly achieve it?